understand or have a summary of the concept. At least when you show the first column having those terms, we can see a hen, we can see its definition and the picture. So it makes the summary of all of the concept by showing the term, the definition and picture at once. So this visual aids helps the student to understand the concept within a short time, especially when revising it. Going to the next thing is a diagram. This is a diagram. It is different from a picture because it is not showing the background. So this is a diagram, and diagram is showing digestion. This is a topic under poultry production. This is digestion, and to digestion, it refers to the breakdown of food particles into small substances that can be absorbed into the body. So, when you introduce such topic about the digestion, you first tell where does digestion take place within a poultry. So we have used one example as a hen, illustrating the organs or parts where digestion takes place, and at least the student will have to understand anything about the digestion, that digestion takes place within this system. This is called a digestive system, possessing these parts that are labeled. So this is a visual aid that can be used in this way. We go to, when you're talking about the process of food digestion in poultry, at least you can use a mind map. This is a diagram inside, but this diagram is being defined within these words. So this is a word spider. So it shows what is taking place in the digestion system, the process that is going on, how food is being broken down. So, and the parts that are involved. So it helps students to understand very well, or understand within a short period of time the process that is carried out. So a student must understand what is happening. So you can use that word spider at least for a student to aid you explain to students what is taking place. We go to the next one as this is a mind map. This mind map is showing also the process of food digestion. This mind map shows the digestion is in between or in the middle, and is showing the process. So the process of digestion takes place in two categories: chemical and physical. Then it goes through the stomach, and that physical digestion is carried out by teeth and stomach. So it is explaining how food goes through the process of being digested. So after food going through physical digestion, it also goes through chemical digestion up to being absorbed by the body. So this is a mind map showing how food will be digested up to being absorbed. So a student will understand generally how the step by step, how the food is digested in step by step. We go to the next thing as reproduction in poultry. And this way, reproduction is referred to as the biological process by which individual organisms or offsprings are produced from their parent. So these are two diagrams illustrating exactly where that part is found. And the student will understand the reproductive organ that is involved. When they talk about reproduction, a student will just imagine, is it found in the, are those organs found in the head? Or they are found, so a student will understand exactly where that part is found. And in males, it is found here. In female, the same, it is the same position, but those organs are different in features, and their parts are totally different. But these two diagrams were just showing where exactly those organs are found within the body of a poultry. The next is within the process of reproduction. For reproduction to occur, a hen must come into contact with a cock must come into contact with a hen. That is, a cock is a female poultry, a cock is a male poultry, and then a hen is a female poultry. So this is a mind map showing how mating takes place. So in this way, it is showing hen squat down and spread her wings. Next, what happens? It is showing that the rooster will mount her from the back, grabbing her head feathers. So it is showing how mating is taking place, and that is the process of fertilization. So in that, the student will understand mating, the process of mating, how mating has occurred. So he will understand, he will get to know how mating takes place and understand that keyword mating, how it is described. So this is a mind map taking place, and it is being aided by these pictures or diagrams that are here. Now, going through to the next aid, it is a diagram also showing how fertilization takes place. So after a cock mounts a hen, you see this is a reproductive system of a cock, and this is a reproductive system of a hen. So this diagram is indicating fertilization, generally fertilization, how it occurs. It's showing the sperm from reproductive system of a cock. They are entering through the reproductive system of a hen to carry out fertilization. So a student here will understand fertilization. What is the meaning of fertilization? So in a quick way, he or she will understand the word fertilization, what fertilization means, and what takes place within that the process of fertilization. So this diagram aids in that way. Moving on to the next aid, it is showing the embryo growth in a fertilized egg. After being fertilized, we have we shall observe that the egg will have what we call embryo, and that embryo develops after the male gamete and the female gamete meet together, or they are fused together. So the embryo growth starts, it takes place for 3 weeks or 21 days. That this is called a mind map showing the process of embryo growth. So it starts like this. This is the embryo, then it begins to grow up to being a young chick, which is still inside. That's it. That is showing that the growth, there is a variation in growth within that egg that has been fertilized. There must be the variation in the embryo features. So it grows and it grows up to it becomes up to when it becomes a chick. Going to the next is showing the life cycle in poultry, and this is a kind of also a mind map. Yeah, it is a mind map showing how the process of growth takes place. An egg is inside. It also shows that when egg is inside, a hen goes to the nest, raise it, and again after laying it, it sits there to provide warmth, provide everything that is required for the embryo to grow or to change into the chicken. So that's it. This is also a kind of a mind map. A student will understand in a quick minute, and will understand how the life cycle takes place within poultry. So it is indicating the growth. You will understand how growth is. Moving on to the next part is showing the growth variation or changes, and this is showing how two different chicken, a hen and a cock, goes through growth from being a young to being adult. Now it takes place like it is showing how egg within that egg there is embryo, then there is hatching. This is indicating hatching, how hatching takes place. And the student will also understand how hatching is taking place. After the embryo grows into a chick, the shell breaks and the chick comes out. So this is a mind map showing the life cycle. Student will understand how life cycle is within the chicken. So after that, we find that it is showing the diagrams of different kind. This is a pullet, which is a young which is a young hen, and the cockerel, which is a young cock, or a young male hen, or a young male hen. So that's how it can basically help us to explain I can also use a graph, and this is a graphic. I can use a graph, and this graph, it is showing the variation in live weight of male and female poultry with time. So for a student understand the how different kinds of the male and female, how their weight varies. It is shown in this graph. I can use that graph to basically explain to them how there is a difference in the weight difference within the two. So it is showing the age and it is showing the live weight. This is a line showing the weight, the variation in the weight of males, and this is showing the variation in weight with the age in female. So that's how it is. So it is illustrating, basically you can see in males, we can see there is at least the weight, the live weight of male is greater than the weight of female. So at the age of 20, it is illustrating that it is around 990 kilograms or 990 grams, and as it goes through the stages of growth, also live weight has to increase. So these two lines shows how they differ in the live weight. Student will understand how live weight is and how the different how different poultry can be deferred. So these are my visual aids that I can use in the classroom or in the classroom environment to explain the key terms within this topic about poultry farming. Thank you so much for watching my video.